What's up, everybody? Good afternoon or good morning, wherever the hell you're from. Hope y'all gonna have got plans for the new year. Y'all gonna have a good new year, and hope everybody had a great Christmas. So, happy New Year to me. My fucking head coach got fired. Uh, it's crazy, man. I was shocked. I was like, I get the text message from my boy. Shout out to my boy Jake, and I'm like, Chip Kelly's not gone anywhere. It's fucking Tuesday, and we got one game left. I'm like, he ain't gone. He gone. I was shocked, and I didn't even feel a certain way. I was just like, damn. We're gonna do him like that a game before. I guess they figured it ain't gonna change anyway. What difference does it make? We're not in the playoffs. Um, it's crazy, man. So yesterday was the day after and everything, and I'm thinking about it all day. Twitter blown the fuck up with conversation about it, and overall, I actually kind of started to feel like relief, and I think that's because I'm tired of the offense. I'm tired of watching DeMarco Murray fail when I know that he's a great running back. And don't give me he's a product of that offensive line and all that bullshit. Look at that offensive line now. Darren McFadden ain't really done shit. I think he's had like 3 or 4 100-yard games. I mean, he didn't do what DeMarco did. DeMarco was a great running back. Um, and he wasn't being used correctly. He was being shafted. And now I'm not making excuses for him. There were multiple games where it was like he just didn't know where the blocks were developing. He looked lost. So a lot of it's on him, but I think it's more 60% on Chip and 40% on DeMarco. Um, but yeah, man, he just what ultimately got him fired. Two things. One was the inconsistencies. I mean, it's like one week we look like we can run through anybody. We go to Foxborough and beat New England. Excuse me, not Foxborough. Foxborough. Yeah, I got my shit all fucked up. Gillette Stadium. I think it's the Patriot. Oh, no, I'm fucked up. Don't even listen to me right now. We went into New England and just complete. I don't know. We looked like a different team. We whooped their ass. Um, then we come back and we can't. We beat Buffalo, and then we just fall apart again. I mean, it was crazy. We start 1-3. We come back. We win 3 in a row. It's like, damn, we're feeling good. We're at 4-4. We got the Dolphins, Bucks, and Lions. We should be able to run through them motherfuckers and take back the division. We lost to all three, and that ultimately was, I think, what did him in this season. Not the Redskins game. We were already chalked up at that point. So, but anyway, I don't want to get too much into other crap. I want to talk about Jeffrey Lurie real quick. Jeffrey Lurie is an owner that cares deeply about his players. He cares deeply about his personnel in general. He doesn't like it to be so business related. For those, I'm saying this for those of you, a lot of you don't even know who he is probably. He doesn't like things to be completely business related during the season. He likes everyone to have a good time and be real personable with each other. But this just seemed like a different situation where Jeffrey Lurie knew what what the ceiling was, and when you make those personnel changes that Chip Kelly made, and I'm not going to get into whether or not they were right or wrong, but when you make the changes that they made when you were winning, and you make the changes and now you're losing, I just think, along with our old GM who just got fired, Howie fucking Roseman, this guy's a bum. He's horrible at doing anything in football. I don't even know why he's still there. They should have fired his ass too. But he was in Jeffrey Lurie's ear the entire time, I'm sure contributing to this. And ultimately, the inconsistency, the drop passes, the holds, um, the blown blocks. It's like dudes were just coming through. Um, the blown blocks mainly in the run game. The run game just was horrible this year. Um, hopefully, no, I'm not getting into that. I gotta stay on topic. So Jeffrey Lurie is that type of owner. He's not your typical owner. He's not like Jerry Jones. He's not like egotistical or arrogant. He just wants to win. And we all thought Chip Kelly would do that. He didn't. Um, I'll never forget that first Washington game. When we played Washington, we just came out the gate, play action pass, boom, boom, boom. I mean, we went down. I think we scored 28 straight points fast. So it was fun to watch, man. But at the end of the day, it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to commit that system to grown men being paid millions of dollars. And I think players weren't completely buying it as we started to fail and realize. Number two, this is my second point, that Chip never made adjustments. Ever. Never did. All he ever did, I mean, it was the same shit every week. Hike, incompletion. Hike, swing pass. Hike, run the ball, 3 and out. 25 seconds maybe. Defense is back on the field. Get a 3 and out. Offense comes back on. Same shit. I mean, it was crazy. Teams knew what we were doing, knew what was coming. So I think he won his welcome out a hell of a lot quicker than any of our other coaches. And for that reasoning, I think it was the right decision. Now, the one thing that did disappoint me was I thought Chip, in terms of drafting, was going in the right direction. I have our draft pull up right here. This year, obviously, was the first year he had full personnel control, and they had a pretty good draft. I didn't agree with trading our 4th and 5th round pick, though. It's kind of sketchy to me, but he went real heavy on defensive backs. He knew that was an area of improvement we needed. First pick, Nelson Agholor, had a disappointing season to most people. He missed 3 games with an injury, and I think that set him back a lot. Rookie receivers in general, I just don't think fitted well with Chip Kelly. I don't think that he believed in, especially playing on the outside, believed that there was going to be a lot of production there, and there obviously wasn't. Eric Rowe, really liked that pick. I didn't when we picked him, but he ended up having a pretty good year. Jordan Hicks, fucking defensive MVP, would have been. And the other 3 guys, well, JaCory Shepherd, he's out of Kansas. Yeah, he actually had a really good training camp, had a good mini camp, had good OTAs. Then he got hurt towards ACL, so he's yet to be determined. But they said he was performing well. I don't know. The other 2 didn't make the roster. So Chip Kelly actually had a pretty good draft this year. Last year, not so much. Last year was fucking horrible. We drafted Jordan Matthews in the 2nd round, obviously, which was the gem that we got. After that, Josh Huff, he's been inconsistent. He plays and doesn't play whenever he feels like it. And everyone else isn't even on the fucking team making any type of contribution. Marcus Smith, the first pick, fucking horrible. That was a Howie Roseman pick. Jalen Watkins from Florida, he's made more fucking plays than anyone else in this damn draft. Taylor Hart, Ed Reynolds, Boo Allen, how the fuck you say it? Ed Reynolds is starting right now. Horrible tackler. Made 1 big interception in Buffalo. Other than that, he looks like a lost puppy. So 2013 was our golden part. But anyway, I'm not going to get into the entire draft. I just want to tell y'all that I thought Chip Kelly was going in the right direction in terms of drafting. But ultimately, Jeffrey Lurie didn't want to wait. And the way the season ended left a very bad taste in his mouth. And that was pretty much it. Now, my top candidates for replacing him is definitely not Pat Shurmur. It's not him. Billy Davis should be fired as our defensive coordinator, should be gone. He said he doesn't expect to be coming back. Our defense has ranked 28th or worse 3 straight seasons. And a lot of that is not because we didn't have the talent. A lot of that is because the defense was on the field more than the offense was. And I strongly believe that played a big part, and I think our team was just fucking exhausted. The second half of the season came, and they were just wiped out. That's why we were a top 10 defense through the first 8 games, and then you go through the second part of the season, we were horrible. So, my next video, I'll get into all the moves he made and, that type of thing. But right now, I just wanted to generally talk about the firing and who I want to replace him. So, I'm old school. I like coaches that get in players' shit and don't let them run the team. So, my ideal situation, John Harbaugh, Ravens coach? Yeah, John Harbaugh already said that he wasn't going to coach Philly, which is extremely disappointing. Would have loved to have had him. So if it were me, Bill Cowher and John Gruden are the first 2 people that I'm interviewing to see if they're interested in coming back. If not, Sean McDermott's been talked about. He was our defensive coordinator in 2009 and 2010. Did a horrible job. Of course, our team was horrible. But I don't want him. Keep him away. Not another candidate people have been talking about. Bengals offensive coordinator Hugh Jackson. He'd bring a lot of swagger to the team, and I think a good attitude. And he won 8 games with the Raiders a few years ago. Like, you won 8 games with the Raiders in the last decade. You had to have been somewhat good at something because they're god awful. I think they barely won 8 games this year with Derek Carr and Amari Cooper. Defense is horrible. Anyway, that's a different conversation. But Hugh Jackson's another one. I wouldn't mind him, actually. I think he might be a good hire. But my ideal coach would be Josh McDaniels, which is the more realistic one right now. If it's not Cowher or Gruden. He's offensive minded, but I think he's a good head coach in general. He did a good job in Denver. Got to the playoffs with Tebow. The only coach to do that, by the way. And if he can do that, what I liked about him was that he made so many great adjustments when Tebow came in and took over the team. And he coached them to the playoffs. Hell of a game, hell of a season he had. Then he went to be New England's offensive coordinator. So I think he would make a good head coach, not just for the offense, but for the team. He's younger, so I think that with a lot of young guys that we have, I think that would be a good thing. And he seems like a pretty personable coach as well. So Josh McDaniels would be my front runner. Obviously, if it's not Bill Cowher or John Gruden. We'll wait to see who's going to be available out there. Definitely don't want Jason Garrett. They fucking fire him like that. He's garbage. I don't know how the Cowboys haven't fired him yet. Talk about not making adjustments. Good Lord. He just did the same thing all the time. Like, you lose 2 players, that shouldn't destroy your season. You know what I mean? No Jason Garrett. No Tom Coughlin. Josh McDaniels is my guy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Very surprising. The offseason will be an interesting one again. So stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to talk about the personnel moves that Chip made and how we ended up in the spot that we're in and what I think our approach might be from there. So also got another video coming about Peyton Manning using HGH. Can't wait to talk about that. So, all right, guys. Like and subscribe to my videos. It really, really helps, even if it's just 1 or 2 likes. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll keep them coming. Appreciate it, guys. Happy New Year. I'm out.